And we're live. Hello and welcome to the Knotfest Wrestling official power ranking of the best finishing moves of all time. Jordan is going to speak minimally today because
I
they
got
got
it.
him.
They got me, man.
You got vidded, man. Good for you.
I got Miss Rona has entered. It sucks. I was gonna do uh like uh before this we were talking. I was gonna put together like an entire Macho Man look to like
Just to
hide my
justify
Rona
talking like this.
to justify talking like for sure. But alas, all of my Macho Man gear was used in the last 2 minutes to late night shoot, so it's covered in face paint, and I don't want to fuck with it.
Fair enough. But today is all about finishing moves.
It is
Something we're big proponents of a finishing move. You know,
we love it. We talk about them all the time.
All the time. It's as important as a person's music.
I agree.
The music and the finisher can make or break you. So
there are certain characters where, like, it's like everything can be great. They can be the greatest wrestler ever. They have the best presentation, but when their finisher sucks, it bums me out. It takes like a really special wrestler for me to overlook the finisher. You know what I'm saying?
Like that's I mean, you're talking about Eddie Kingston right now, right?
A little bit. I'm talking about him. Him, and I liked the sprinkler thing he did at the last at Revolution or whatever. That was fun. I'm also kind of talking about Orange Cassidy. Like, I like when he does the mousetrap or the beach break, but like
the Superman
how the fuck is the orange punch is a joke? It's a parody.
It's one of the worst things in history. But again, it's like he's one of the few that like it doesn't bother me, or it doesn't ruin the experience.
It absolutely doesn't. Like, I'm just happy to see him win either way. But like, come on.
Yeah, agreed. But I guess I'll set it off here.
Yeah.
My number 10, this is crazy because and like this move has put down more legends than any combined, probably. My number 10, and in order to demonstrate, since we can't play video clips, I brought Rikishi and APA Bradshaw and one more special guest for when I need to do some tag team moves to demonstrate. Yeah. Number 10, the Stone Cold Stunner. So you set it up with the kick to the gut, and the guy's like, oh. And then Stone Cold goes feet out, hooks the head, and they bump like this. Oh, like that. And then the best dudes bump on the knees, where they bump like that. But then sometimes the lazy guys bump on the feet and then make up for it by flying into Mars.
Right.
But I don't like the foot bump. I like the knees. I like take it on the knees like a trooper.
Yeah, everybody goes to the knees. I agree. The only one who can do the feet bump is
Scott Hall.
Yeah. I wasn't into, who was it at WrestleMania who did like, they did a very high jump and they did like a
Austin Theory.
I was like,
go to the knees.
Go to the knees. I know what you're doing.
Save your feet.
You can't do it.
Save your feet. You're not allowed. It on your knees, you know?
You're not, like, I know that you were, it might have been like a tribute to like Scott Hall jumping to New Jersey out of the stadium, but nah, man, you gotta go to your knee. Everybody go to the knees.
Hit me with your number 10.
So my number 10, I'm going, because here's the thing, the finishers, I want slams.
You love a big slam.
I love a big slam.
This is how I would describe you. You are a little slut for a big slam.
I'm a little slut for an enormous slam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a size queen when it comes to slams.
Understood.
I would say that's what I'm here for. Like, this is not real. Like, it's not real combat. We know that because there are a lot of combat sports people who show up to do wrestling and they're not very good at it. Some of them Some of them they make it work, but like a lot of the time, nah. So give me the fantasy of
So,
like slamming a person. So
so what's your first big slam?
first big slam, I'm going jackhammer.
Oh, that's on mine. It's up there on mine. So the jackhammer, ladies and gentlemen, was so cool that
Yeah,
maybe the least talented guy to ever have like a historic career
yeah.
had a historic career of it. So I'll let Rikishi go over this
He
side.
is still show him on the
So
Ricky.
this is the jackhammer. You got this is Goldberg here, Mr. Rikishi's Goldberg. And they're holding the dude up for sometimes a full minute before ending on the ground in a power slam, which
Rocks.
is it's brilliant. It's got all the best things of a suplex, the drama of and the strength of like, oh my god, he got him up
Mm-hmm.
with this beautiful slam that there's like, oh, in real life that would kill the guy.
Yeah, fucking it fucking rules. It's
Yeah.
so good. It's like an idea. A I had a really hard time picking my number 10 because I kept switching this move and a different move off. So one very famous move.
Jackhammer is on mine up there. So
Yeah. A very famous finisher that also rocks is in my runners up.
Mm.
Just saying.
Okay.
But yeah, number 9, Colin.
My number 9 is the Doomsday Device, which is
God.
the Road Warriors tag team finish. And in order to demonstrate this, I have an Urukai here to fill in for Road Warrior Hawk, who would be giving the clothesline. So let's say this is Animal, right? He's got this poor victim up on his shoulders here. Hawk's up here on the top rope. That'll be my microphone. He jumps off, gives him a clothesline off the top rope. The guy falls back and to his death. And it's 1, 2, 3 every time.
This is what we should do anytime we need a clip. Is you just do it
No.
with figures. Never clips ever again. When we're talking about Dynamite on Instagram, be like, remember when the dude like, and then
I'll be like, I'll come in like, and then Hangman came in.
yeah, dude, that's the bit now. This is part of the show.
All right, I love it.
I love the action figures. Switch them, surprise everybody each
Oh,
week.
I got tons. You'll never know what's coming.
I'm stoked. I could make I love tag team finishers almost more than regular finishers, so much that there are none on my top 10 because I think of them as a different thing. So you are going to present all the good tag team finishers are going to be presented by Colin. Because
I've only got one more on here that is like a distinctly tag team finisher.
Right.
It's almost not fair because you can just do so much cooler stuff with two guys.
Dude, every tag team finish is sick.
So sick.
Dude, here's the thing. If we could have tag team finishes, my number 1 would be the Jurassic Express thing.
Oh, I love that thing.
What the fuck is that? That rocks.
All right, hit me with your number 9. Bradshaw and Rikishi are ready here.
Okay. Well, one of them is gonna have a hard time because my number 9 is the Black Arrow.
Oh, okay. Rikishi will hit that. So, Brad, this is we'll say this is like Cody or something, you know. Pack's up here. How do I do this?
Exactly. That's what I said.
I don't even know the physics of. I've seen this done 100 times. I don't understand the physics of it. He takes off, does like a corkscrew backflip, and ends here.
I guess that's what it happens. Yeah. I think you did it.
1, 2, 3.
Has
anybody kicked out of that?
No, and I don't think so. Or at least since I've been watching, no one's done it. But it's the coolest high fly. It's cooler than a 630 or whatever because I can't tell what's happening.
I don't think anybody else can do it.
That's why to me it's the best high flying finisher because no one else can do it.
And I don't think that even he really could like explain how he does it. I think it's just like it's like muscle memory to him. It's like
He's
I just put my body this way and then I'm that way, and that's it.
he's just unbelievable.
Agreed. He's perfect.
I love
He's a
him.
pro.
He's a pro mate. Love him.
So my number 8 is in universal terms called the Powerbomb Lung Blower, but you might know it as Project Champa, where it starts as a power bomb up here, right? But then the knees go up and the man goes down onto the knees.
Yeah, that shit rocks.
Thus the lung blower aspect of the name. There's no way that you can't fake that. Like that you see that and you're like, all right, you're dead.
You're dead.
And that is like you said, you love a big slam. That's the kind of move I love where it sucks because it's like there's no way to just safely be like, all right, this is how we're doing this.
Right.
But that's the coolest looking thing.
Totally. Yeah, no, I get it. I love doesn't Cedric Alexander do a version of that also?
The lumbar check. So that's different.
Okay.
That starts as like a back body drop.
Right. It's the
like
back.
This.
Okay.
And then he goes down.
The power bomb into the knees.
Power bomb lung blower is crazy. That's the Project Champa. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Listen, I love that shit.
If you can, stuff.
If you can end with this is why I'm like this. I'm hypocritical because like my number 8 is a knee, but I'm also like you describing that. I'm like, why? Like, if you can end doing a knee thing with a slam, like that's what you should be doing. But this makes me a hypocrite because my number 8 is the Bumaye knee, the Shinsuke knee.
The knee or the one that Brian does?
But no, the Shinsuke Nakamura knee is called the Bumaye.
How does he do that? Not the Kinshasa?
I think that's the WWE name for it.
Oh, okay.
I just was Googling.
He hits him. I mean, yeah, I don't even know how to demonstrate that, but it's just like the guy's on his knees or something, and then he comes in like, and it's just so brutal. Like comes in like, I don't even know how to demonstrate that.
It's just he like his body contorts. It looks like all of the bones disappear in his body and morph into his knee. Yeah. Like his body goes limp. The knee is now all of the bones and they smack into the person's face.
And that's another thing. It looks so brutal every time that you're like, oh, yeah, I believe that this, like a strike as a finish is very rarely like sick.
And this is it. This is the best strike I've ever seen. This is my favorite strike. He looks insane when he does it. Every time he hits it, I go, oh, fuck. Like it gets a reaction every single time. So this is the strike. It's Shinsuke. Shinsuke, that's the magic of his like, Beanie Baby body is that he be flopping around and smacking people and it looks brutal.
Agreed.
Love it.
My number 7 is specifically the Kota Ibushi version of The Last Ride.
Whoa.
Where he gets him up, right?
But is this a finisher?
What?
Is this technically a finisher?
Yeah, I mean, it's the Undertaker's finisher for one, but like the Kota Ibushi version because he adds one element. So The Last Ride is here, and then you lift him up by the draws up there.
Yeah.
You get him up by the draws and go up there.
Get him up by the trousers, mate.
Kota does the sit out.
Right.
So he sits out and turns it into a pin. And it like him doing it onto guys even his size just looks catastrophic.
Catastrophic is an incredible term for that. And yeah, it does. It looks bananas. I love that like it is a more brutal version of a power bomb, but the way to make it more brutal is you give him a wedgie.
A wedgie. What's more annoying in real life than a wedgie?
Nothing. That's some high school bully shit. Like classic high school. Like
classic
dude,
bit, dude.
the face should like get like after they get pinned, they like got to give the Undertaker their
A
milk.
swirly?
No, they just got to be like, all right, here's my quarters.
My lunch money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. What's
I
your number 7?
My number 7 is the End of Heartache from Roderick Strong. This is my dropping somebody onto the knees move.
That's what does that start from? A suplex?
It's a suplex,
but it's so carefree in the way that he does it,
dude. The reason this is on here instead of Project Champa is because of he tosses them into the air, and every time the rotation from the dude is just like they get stuck.
It's basically like they're just up there and somehow land somewhere on the knees.
They land on his knees every time. It looks like there's a little bit of slow motion, like I like, and he just lays down and just they land on his fucking knees, and it looks awful. It looks fucking awful. It looks inhuman. It looks like he shouldn't be doing it every time, and I love it.
Agreed. And I mean, I don't watch a whole lot of NXT, but I can't imagine many people have kicked out of that.
I think I've only seen it twice, but every time I was like, my God, what a cool finisher.
My number 6 is the jackhammer. So you can do I love the jackhammer. I was a kid watching him do this, just thinking like, oh, like this is the guy that's gonna keep me watching WCW. So
yeah, man, this for the jackhammer was a long time favorite finisher. It's the coolest parts of 2 moves. Mm-hmm. What are you gonna do? Yeah, my number 6 is your boy's finisher. It's the Gonzo Bomb.
The Gonzo Bomb, dude. So there's one reason I didn't put the Gonzo Bomb on here, it's because of my number 1 pick. But I will. So the Gonzo Bomb. What Brody does is he gets him up here in like a kind of like reverse dominator position,
mm-hmm.
and then it ends in a pile driver.
It's sick. I love
brutality.
I love it. I love the dominator. I'm sad that no one uses it. I think
Bobby Lashley sometimes does.
I think he like stopped or something. He should
mostly Spears, but yeah, I agree.
Fuck out of here with the Spears. Do the Dominator. What are you doing?
Agreed.
He's a huge. He should be doing the Dominator. But
agreed. And it's like that move is like a piece of black heritage, So like it should stay in the black community, just as the jackhammer should. Like MJF should be using the jackhammer.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah. That's a Jewish finish. Jackhammer is number 1 now. Just so everybody knows, when I drop the number 1, we're switching it with the jackhammer.
Good call.
It's
representation
may have ended, but it never ends for me, baby.
That's
right. Yeah, give me your number 5.
My number 5 is the Meltzer driver. The Young Bucks occasional mega wild super finisher where Matt's got a guy here. Nick comes from the top rope. Mr. Nick, this is Nick Jackson. Yeah.
That looks just
does a 450. Like this is a thing that like you would see in a video game and be like, nobody does that. Does a 450 and pushes the guy down, which leads to Matt doing the tombstone.
Yeah.
It's psychotic.
It's psychotic. It fucking rules. It's a sick move. I'll just so we have something to talk about. We got to have some hot takes. I'll say that a hot take is I kind of wish they weren't the guys who did that move. I think
that only they could do the move. It could only be them. Because when they started doing it, it was like to get heat from like the writers and stuff that were like they're just spot monkeys who can't actually wrestle. So they're like, okay, we're just gonna do the dumbest thing you've ever seen.
It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
And that's why it does work. Like, yeah, it's like it's impossible to boo, but like from the Jim Cornette mind side of things, it's like nothing is more booable. You know?
I guess. I don't know.
Like there's no like logical reason for him to do the 450. Like that momentum doesn't add to the devastation of the tombstone. So that's why, like, in a kayfabe perspective, it's like, fuck, you're killing it. You're killing the business. But it just looks dope. And
it looks dope. I don't care. I don't care about anything that Jim Cornette thinks is ruining
nor should
stuff. No. Everything that Jim Cornette is like, that ruins something. I'm like, that's what I'm here for, baby. I'm here for the doily. You know,
yeah,
I'm here for the doily that is the flip into the tombstone.
Agreed. And I'm here. Yes. That like the unnecessary part is where I'm like, that unnecessary thing he did was really cool.
Yeah.
That's where I'm back in.
Yeah. I love a dude stepping on a dude for a move. It's great.
It's good stuff. All right, number momentum. 4. Hit me with your number 4.
Oh, this is my number 5.
Oh, number 5. Sorry.
So yeah, you're ahead of me. Mm-hmm. My number 5 is the Stunner.
Oh yeah, classic.
It's a classic. I feel like I wanted to put it lower, but just like every time you see a Stunner, you get so excited. When Kevin Owens, the fact that Kevin Owens can drop a Stunner and it feels similarly as exciting as watching Stone Cold Steve Austin do one. That's a testament to the move. The move is just fun to look at.
It's the best, more so than the RKO. It's the best from out of nowhere move ever because
it's the best you can hit anyone with it.
And move. It's put down more legends than any move combined.
I didn't put the RKO on here because this is a diamond cutter, my guy. That's the diamond cutter. We gotta give DDP more props. He's a good dude. He's fixing everybody with yoga.
And I like he invented it. So
he did invent it, and then Randy hit it in a much. It is exciting when Randy hits.
It's different, he goes up in the air, and that's
Well, DDP invented it when he was 40 years old.
Like, exactly. Come on.
His Randy was flaring up. He needed 40 years old right now. Like he's not.
Yeah, okay, we did this already, but my number 4 is the F5. You got to show some respect to the F5.
I did. Here's the thing: the F5 was the move I kept putting as number 10 and taking the jackhammer off.
It's undeniable, man. And this is the move that like this was so cool that Brock Lesnar got over. So you got the guy up here in the Death Valley position. And then it like ends in a throw off DDT type thing.
It fucking rules.
Insane.
It's insane because I like watching the dudes spit. The reason I decided not to put this move on the list is because since I've watched wrestling, I've never been excited when it actually happens.
Sure.
When it actually happens, I'm like, and so I feel like that has clouded.
Yeah, and that just was so not the vibe when he debuted and when the move first debuted. It was like, oh, this 22-year-old guy just hit this on like the Big Show at his absolute heaviest, effortlessly.
Yeah, that rocks.
It was cool. It was cool.
Again, the only reason it's not on here is the context of it, and because all of these moves are cool.
Yeah,
I don't think you and I are going to argue about whether anything on our list is cool or not.
Yeah, I just know that my number 1 is actually number 1. So,
okay,
that's the only argument. I know that it just is. So.
It is the best finisher.
Oh, it's the best one ever. So, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is the ankle lock.
Interesting pick,
dude.
Very legitimate with Kurt Angle doing it,
dude. Anytime I've had to watch
take the
Kurt
ankle.
Angle put on the ankle lock, Kurt Angle doing the ankle lock in the thing, like earlier this year, I watched the Iron Man match with him and Brock Lesnar, and dude, anytime that guy puts the ankle lock on somebody, that is the most suspenseful that wrestling has ever been.
And he's torquing the fuck out of it,
dude.
And like, it genuinely doesn't look like if they like rotated enough that they could get out.
There's when he does the grapevine, like he can do it in all these different ways. He puts so much drama into it. It's an unbelievable finisher.
Agreed.
It's no submission move has more drama, I would say.
I agree, especially like when certain people put on like the sharpshooter or something. Like Dax winning with the Adam Cole winning with the sharpshooter was really cool because it was like, when was the last time somebody just tapped out to a sharpshooter?
Right.
It was just a fun thing that we got to see sometimes, and it fucking hurts for real. The sharpshooter, the figure four, your older brother puts that on you, you're fucked. I can attest.
You're gonna be the one teary eyed talking to mom.
But the ankle lock by an Olympic gold medalist is like maybe the most legit thing ever.
It looks awful, and I'm like, anytime he does it, I'm sweating. Yeah. I'm just like, I can't believe, I have no idea what's gonna happen. Even if I've seen the thing before, I'm like, he could do it. Are they gonna do it?
Agreed.
Yeah.
My number 3 is the one-winged angel. Is that your number 3?
Yeah.
My man. So,
dude.
As you'll see, Rikishi's going to be Kenny Omega here. Kenny's got a guy up here. They kind of slip the back leg off so that he can grab the head, and then it ends in like a front powerbomb thing. Like a
powerbomb pile driver.
Yes. It's fucking beautiful.
It's unfucking believable. It is the coolest finisher. The reason it's not number 1 is because it is impossible to hit. Like, he can, like, that's the whole drama. Why Kenny Omega and the Okada story is so good is because the entire story is, can he fucking hit this thing?
Yeah.
And it took 3 matches.
And like the Rainmaker, you can hit 1,000 times. It might not do the job, but you can do it 5 times and then it will.
You can just you can be cheap with it for sure.
But yeah, like from a kayfabe perspective, it's a very difficult move to pull off because like the guy needs to be a certain level of hurt for that to work, and that just adds to how cool it is.
It's so cool. It's so fucking cool.
One person has kicked out so far, so
it's Coda, right?
Yeah,
Coda. But this is like back in what, DDT?
Like DDT, yeah,
yeah. So like, real
modern times, bigger companies, nobody's kicked out. No,
right. It should only be Coda. Coda should run away from the Yakuza and come to AEW and kick the fuck out of it.
I don't think that's an option with the 2 companies working together.
You're right.
Like,
you might be right.
I think he's kind of stuck.
I mean, nothing's been decided,
right?
But that's what I do. It's what I want. Coda is like a top 3 lovable dumb guy for me.
Yeah,
like hates reading. I don't feel bad calling him a dumb guy. He doesn't believe in reading, so there you go.
Probably, I don't think he's vaccinated too, which is like maybe like the least shocking thing you've ever heard in your life. But that's not his fault.
It is, but
but it's not.
It's years of not taking care of your neck, of hating your neck.
It is CTE telling him things.
Right.
So,
but this move rocks. Only Sweet Dumb Coda can kick out of it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So my number 2,
mm-hmm.
since that was your number 3 as well, is the Muscle Buster.
Oh my god, this fucking move kicks
It's
so
a
much
work of
ass.
art. So Joe gets him off the corner and just holds them like this. Like the arm is wrapped around the leg to keep the legs down. Holds him in the air by the neck and then does like a suplex type slam landing. It's killed some guys, so that sucks, but like I don't know that that's entirely his fault.
Listen, this is also I literally didn't put it on my list because like I'm like, should I just switch it because it fucking rocks. It looks unbelievable. But the fact that like he now has to do like a modified version of it so he doesn't fucking murder anybody.
It's just like think about the landing though. How is it that much different than just a regular suplex?
Well, the original landing is he
Neck on
squashes
shoulder.
them on the shoulder.
Yeah.
So that's the one that kills people.
Sure.
So I think you got like the new version is just a suplex.
It's just a suplex.
Which I'm like, that's fine. Let Joe at least have it. I get it. But I couldn't put it on. I personally was like, there's too many caveats with it. Like he can't even do it anymore. He like stopped doing it because he hurt a guy, and then he brought it back in NXT, and then he fucking took a dude out.
A guy, yeah.
Like that, like sent a man to therapy. Like over that shit. So he had to modify it again. So but it fucking rocks, dude. My God, what a cool looking move.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like my last 2 are kind of things that you don't see every day anymore. So I didn't even think about that as a factor. I just thought about like cool move for cool move. Like what is
totally,
he, you know?
That's fair, and I get that. I think I know what your number one's gonna be, even though it's something that I've never seen, but I've heard of it. I think you're gonna say it. I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
But my number 2 is the crossface.
I love the crossface.
It's also
I can't reach this arm over
it here, looks I think the fact that the reason this beats the ankle lock is people can have done an ankle lock that aren't Kurt Angle, and it's who cares.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, Sasha Banks, Daniel Bryan, Bryan, anyone who does a crossface, it looks sickening, and it legitimately like this is like even though I wasn't like really a wrestling guy as a kid, when you like I made jackass videos. I did fake.
Yeah.
When a dude put this thing on me, I was like, that's the most pain. Like I was like, my nose is gonna break.
Yeah.
My face is gonna fall apart.
This is the one that makes you go, oh, wrestling's real. Like when
this is it looks like the most painful submission hold. It does it, and the move itself creates the drama
for sure.
I would say it's the fact that the same amount of drama can come from Sasha Banks and Daniel Bryan. It's fucking sick. And also the way that they both have their own tiny variations on it kicks a lot of ass.
Agreed. I absolutely love this move. I guess it's
time we're here.
So it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of 2 moves as one pick, you know?
Right.
The traditional way would be the burning hammer, it's called. But the Super Dragon Psycho Driver is my true number 1, where the guy is in a torture rack,
and
it ends in like the most sickening pile driver. It's like completely head and neck first. Here to like a smooth transition here, and it just looks fucked. The burning hammer starts here in the torture rack and ends neck first like that, like a Death Valley driver.
Right.
And it's just like both moves look sickening. It's the same effect, but the Psycho driver, we're starting with the torture rack, which is like the hardest way to get somebody up, by the way. Like that takes actual strength on your part. Ending in a fucking sickening thud, neck first.
I've never seen that. I don't even know what you were saying. You're talking about a thing I haven't seen, but I've heard of the burning.
You'll see one if you look up the Psycho driver. You'll see one clip of it. You'll be like, "Yeah, that's the coolest move ever."
Totally. I like thought about Googling it and then maybe putting it on my list, but I was like, "That's not authentic. That would be false."
It's very rare. I mean, not other than like the burning hammer itself was only used like 3 to 5 times in Japan, because every time it's like, oh my god, he did it, the match is over. So that kind of lore and mystique is like a magical thing that just makes the move even cooler.
Also, what a sick fucking name.
Burning Hammer.
It's the
coolest name ever.
It fucking rules.
Yeah.
Number 1 for me is Razor's Edge.
Bo was he texted me out of nowhere and just said, if the Razor's Edge isn't your number 1, I'll be mad. And I was like, it's not on my list, but I love it. Razor's Edge up there, you got him up right there, and then ends like in a downward slam neck first with the arms up.
It's like devastation wise, like it's such a creative way to get like a bigger power bomb, to get such a massive power bomb, to get, and also to have it be more focused on the neck. It looks like it fucking sucks.
It does. And doesn't the name also sound like Razor's Edge? Sounds like it's describing what's happening almost.
Yeah.
And it's the guy's name.
Well, also like it's the guy's name, and it's just like the I think that there isn't another move in wrestling that makes an opponent look punier. Like they're hoisted up, and every time I've seen it, just the dude is like with his little feet, like little feet are kicking, and then
head and neck rocks. First defeated, dead.
Neck destroyed. Bo, I got you.
He said top 5. Sorry, but no, it was not my top 5, because my top 5 is, look, I mean, you all saw it. It's certified fresh.
Yeah,
but I hope that
1 and 2 are moves that have like murdered people.
Yeah, you're dead. I mean,
my number 1 finisher choice is katana stab.
Yeah. Gun. Best finisher ever.
So sick. Kick out of this. Yeah.
No, I didn't say the tombstone because the tombstone has been bastardized.
Yeah.
And I didn't say the Sweet Chin music because the Sweet Chin music has been bastardized.
I agree. They both have been. Well, you know what? Let's do runners up. Do you have some?
Off the top of my head, the Razor's Edge is a runner up. The Black Arrow is a runner-up. Honestly, the Swanton is a big runner-up for me, just because that was so exciting.
It rocks. It is. It looks so exciting, but the fact it is also one of those things like I think the newer one looks way more devastating when he just flops on him.
He does. It is
like earlier versions of it where he just like is hitting them with the back of his hair.
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean,
took 1,000% of the damage.
Yeah. He's just wrecking his neck.
The 3D as well would be my last honorable mention.
Runners up for me are, I made a list. This is going to get some heat, but I don't care. This would be my number 2 strike. I think the curb stomp fucking rocks.
I love the curb stomp.
It looked the grace in which he pulls that thing off is unbelievable.
It's very creative.
He's never hurt a single person with it.
And it's very legit looking, which is even more impressive. For that makes that fact more impressive.
And it works really well for his character. It's a perfect like it looks fucking brutal, and it's a perfect like you can hit it on anybody,
and that's ultimately kind of what makes it the best move. But I didn't really adhere to that criteria at all.
Me neither. I want a big slam.
I want a big slam.
I also put in the sharpshooter. We talked about it.
Pain, agony.
Also bastardized. It looks awful, especially when Brett does it. But too many people have like taken it. Too many other people have done it terribly, and it doesn't look like the move at all.
True.
Anytime I've watched a Rock thing and seen
the Rock sharpshooter is dope.
Is it?
Oh yeah, he does it with the utmost swag. Because he crosses over and he's doing his whole like, boo, like he's doing the whole like his full body is doing it.
He looks fantastic, but every time he puts it in, it's just feet. He's just holding ankles and like
with one arm,
bent feet.
He holds both with one arm, which I think is kind of cool.
Well, you got to be pulling that knee. Yeah. That's what creates the. I don't know.
He doesn't. I mean, he does the people's elbow, and it's killed people. So
I know.
You gotta give him the sharpshooter. You know,
love it. Choke slam. Love a choke slam,
dude. In like '95 when Paul White debuted as the Giant in WCW, he would take the bump with the guy with the choke slam. Like he was giving the guy the choke slam and falling with them, and it looked so much cooler.
Yeah,
it looked so brutal because you're falling from so high, and he's like coming down fingers first onto your neck all the way.
Yeah,
it looked awesome.
I love the classic feet flying up in the air. Like if you're bringing the dude down and there isn't like like the feet. Again, the only bump I've ever taken is the bump through the merch table from Andy. We only had one shot. I was like, this might be my only wrestling bump ever. It's a choke slam. I'm flinging the feet into the air. I'm going to get the feet as high as they can go.
Of course.
Got it. F5. We mentioned Tombstone and Sweet Chin Music. Like they're great, but cruiserweight weights are doing tombstones now. Like it's just, I don't know what to tell you. It doesn't have the weight it once had. This might get heat. I think the pedigree is sick.
Oh, it was almost top 10 for me.
It looks brutal. It's fucking tight. He can kind of hit it on anybody.
It's super original, super creative. Looks fucking legit painful.
It looks like it sucks ass.
And it killed, again, almost as many guys as the stunner. So,
yeah.
It's that good.
All right, worst. I got some worst here.
Okay.
The skull crushing finale.
I don't hate the skull crushing finale.
It looks like making a dude slip on a banana peel.
It does. It's a little silly. I think if the Miz wasn't doing it, it would look legit. I just think it's silly because it's a silly guy doing it.
I mean, I don't like a face plant move a lot of the time. There's something about it. Like
the paradigm shift 9 out of 10 times is so funny.
Yeah.
It's just like a double underhook suplex.
When I do love it when little dudes take that move because they just love flying and seeing which way they can hit the side.
They go too far and it's not a DDT at all.
Yeah, it's a suplex. It's so funny.
It's great.
I love it. Of course, you know my thing. Any punch or clothesline, get it out. It's not your finisher. You can do it, but it is not. I like the Rainmaker now. It took a long time for me to like the Rainmaker. The hottest take, I was team Money Clip. I was excited.
I like the money clip.
I was when he busted that out, I was like, thank God. Here we go.
I like a lariat finish. Like I love the JBL. The JBL clothesline from hell is one of the meanest things you'll ever see. It is like so hateful the way he does it. Like it's borderline just racist.
Which
the move itself is like racist. It's so hateful.
It's if you can make a move like a hate crime.
Yeah.
That move is a hate crime.
That like the clothesline from hell is like, what about other race statistics with
right.
you know,
it's just poo.
Yeah.
Why am I'm not allowed
Fox
to be
News.
proud of being white anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, that move.
What about White Pride Month? it's hate.
It's got a lot of hate. But I don't know. I'm like, I would be if Okada like was like, all right, the money clip's the finisher now, I would be on board.
Like, I love the Rainmaker.
I love
Absolutely
it. But
love
it's essentially like a signature now. Like he
just does it 12 times. He loads up his finisher bar like in the game and hits like 3 of them.
I'm so bad at that fucking game, my guy. It is insane.
Oh, I'd love to play you online and just whoop your ass.
There's like I have questions. We'll talk about it later. I'm like, all right. But I gotta give a shout out to my hate of the spear. The spear.
Hate the spear.
The spear is nothing.
Oh my
God. It can go to fucking hell. It is the first wrestling move they teach anybody. There was high school wrestling at my high school. It's just a takedown. You can't. The first move
can't be the last.
Who the fuck goes to school and like, all right, first move, takedown. It's my finisher. It's the end of the match. Fuck. What are you talking about?
It's just like the stigma against ex-football players is already so strong. Like you can't take the one football move and like Goldberg was smart enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna do the football thing, but then I'm gonna do like the 6th coolest thing ever after that. Shame.
Yeah, he's gonna do. Fuck, the jackhammer is so fucking sick. It's so fun to watch. It's the. I would say, as far as like wrestling spectacle, jackhammer's number one. Like, it just gives
in
you
its prime when he's hitting it on guys that are shoot 300 pounds. That was the most exciting thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah, because he's holding people there. Like that doesn't make any fucking sense, but it looks incredible.
It's just like, hey, look how strong I am. I'm going to be the world champion.
Yeah, it rocks. Also, into the trash with the arm bar. Fuck off. As a finisher,
hurt, dude. They
hurt, but it's not a finisher.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
It's literally a joke on the first list of Jericho.
Yeah,
like
number 1 arm bar.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing, dude. The second he does that, how the fuck? That's when you know that's out. That's off the table as your finisher.
It's true.
If a dude in 1994 is making fun of it before a commercial break.
Yeah. And then they started with the knee bar, dude. Which when they're just doing it, like pulling the leg, like the way it's okay. This move is so funny. This isn't a finisher at all. But when guys are standing the opposite way, all right, I'll use the orc. When guys are standing, they're facing this way, and a guy comes and hits the leg the way it's like supposed to bend. Like the leg is supposed to bend this way. And they hit him like that, and the guy's like, ah, and then selling the leg as if it like was bent out of place when it really just like did like this. Like it just like did its correct range of motion, and then the commentators are like, "Oh my god, this heartless bastard! He's killed him."
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's hilarious.
Like at most, what happens is like, okay, you attacked their knee, but the damage was like you twisted their ankle, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, shirts.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I fell.
Oh,
like the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I bent over correctly.
An old timey. If a move makes you do an old timey dad cuss, it's not a finisher.
Yeah, darn it.
Yeah.
he bent my dadgum leg the right way.
Yeah, dadgum, consarn it.
Yeah.
Consarn it is incredible.
It's insane. They just didn't want to damn God so bad that they're like, let's just make sound. Fucking losers. All right. Well, that's it for the show today. Those are the best moves ever. Check out the Psycho Driver, everybody.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. That sounds bananas.
Yeah, it's sickening.
Yeah. So. All right, I'm gonna go take a nap.
Rest up. Again, Jordan actively has COVID, so thank you for powering through for our very important show today.
It's fine. Listen, I'm not doing anything. Sure. So I'm like this. I needed this for boredom purposes.
So you want to get your ass whooped by me in WWE 2K right now is what you're saying?
I guess so. How do we?
We'll talk.
We'll figure this out. But
all right, everybody,
whoop my ass because everybody is whooping my ass.
I'm gonna crush you. Colin Young is gonna whoop. That's my guy's name. Is gonna whoop Kenny Powers' ass.
You're gonna beat up Kenny Powers.